Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about Ahsoka, the newest Star Wars TV show. So I really don't know what to think about the show because some elements work, some elements don't work. Overall, I thought it was kind of forgettable. Um, I honestly at this point I'm giving it a B minus. Because yeah, it was okay. Nothing in it really upset me that much. And the acting was good, but pretty much nothing happened in the show. It just I'm sensing a pattern here with Disney Plus television series where you have all this set up and then like the entire thing is set up and then when you get to the finale you don't know how to resolve it, so you just resolve none of it or very little of it. I've seen this happen with Loki season one, Falcon and Winter Soldier. The WandaVision was kind of like that. Buffett was like that. A lot of just basically like the entire purpose of this show is to just set up other shows, and I don't know. If you look at Harry Potter over here, each book in the series or each movie in the series had its own beginning, middle, and end. It wasn't just a 2 hour trailer for the next movie. It actually had like character development and resolutions to plots while still keeping things open. You see this with a lot of series. Each of the fifth season books have like a beginning, middle, and end while still continuing the story. They don't leave you thinking like, "Wow, nothing really resolved, did it?" So, okay, let me just talk about the characters, okay? Ahsoka is played by Rosario Dawson, who those you might know from the Daredevil and all those other Netflix Marvel shows. And I think she does a pretty good job here, but she doesn't get much to work with, because I feel like despite being called Ahsoka, Ahsoka isn't exactly the central character. She doesn't have an arc, you know. Maybe it's because like we've seen this character so much and she's kind of older now, so she already had an arc, but she kind of just doesn't really change at all from beginning to end. I thought when like she fake died and she had that whole experience with Ghost Anakin, or Dream Anakin or whatever the fuck that was, she was gonna have like, she was gonna change as a character a little bit, but Ahsoka at the beginning and Ahsoka at the end are kind of the exact same character. She doesn't really go through anything. I don't know. The Honestly, most screen time feels like it's given to Sabine, who also doesn't really have an arc. She doesn't really show any emotion either. She just kind of like, we got to do this to do this. Okay. I liked Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Hera. Um, though I feel like whole like going against the orders of the whole council or whatever the fuck they are, the new republic, um, should have had more of a consequence than like C-3PO Ex Machina showing up and being like, oh, it's okay. I feel like it would have made the show more interesting if maybe she got like imprisoned from it, and then Ahsoka and um, Sabine and Ezra and all those other people kind of had to like have this big kind of legal battle to get her out, or just have her like accept that what she did led to her in prison. She kind of waits out her time in prison. That would have been interesting, but also doesn't really have any story arc like that, or a story arc at all, to be honest. I did like the villains of the series. Ray Stevenson, rest in peace, as Balin, who was a former Jedi, turned into a dark Jedi, and his apprentice, that goth chick from the early 2000s. I liked them a lot, but I feel like most things in the show did not really resolve at all in the finale. They just stand over a cliff, and that's it, I guess. Like nothing in this show. They don't know how to wrap anything up. The only thing that happened in the finale, was Ezra comes back, um, to the Republic, and he's so fucking stupid that he forgets to take off his stormtrooper helmet before stepping off the ship, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's a stormtrooper!" And he like takes forever to fucking take the helmet off and be like, "No, it's me, Ezra." It's like, okay. I don't know. I feel like it must have took at least a couple hours to fly there. I don't know why you kept the stormtrooper helmet on the entire time. That makes zero sense. Like, wouldn't you want to breathe at least? I don't know. It's a stupid plot hole meant to like make you like really sympathetic and stuff. But I thought it was kind of stupid. You're like, oh my God, he's back! Yay! Okay. Besides that, the only thing that happens in the finale is Ahsoka kills Morgan Elspeth. What was the point of her turning into a witch or the whatever, what's it called? Dathomir, the Dathomir witch. If she's just gonna get killed off like 5 minutes later. I don't know. I feel like they could have done something more with that. Maybe have her turn into a Dathomir witch earlier in the series. But no, she just kind of, gets a little Halloween costume on and dies immediately. Thrawn has been built up, not just in this show, but in The Mandalorian as well, as this huge threat. And when he shows up, he's just some guy who doesn't really accomplish anything. And they're like, oh my God, if Thrawn comes back, it's the end of the world. Like, we're all gonna die if Thrawn comes back. And he comes back, and it's like, oh, okay. I mean, nothing happens. It's just set up for a show that's presumably coming out. I don't know. Like that doesn't get resolved either. So I'm counting like four things that don't get resolved, maybe five things that don't get resolved. I don't know. Yeah, I honestly like he's not really intimidating. If we're talking about blue people who are intimidating, I was much more creeped out by Tobias Funke, if we're being honest. Let's see who else is in this show. David Tennant voices Hu Yang. I actually liked him a lot. He's probably my favorite. Probably because he's voiced by David Tennant. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, so that was cool, I guess. Zo's in this. He doesn't really do anything. They save him, and he doesn't really have any like. He doesn't really contribute much. He's more of a plot device. Um, it's like, oh, we gotta save him. Okay, here's you. Okay. Mon Mothma's in this, and she doesn't really do much. Like, she doesn't have to do much. I feel like she's a little more focused on her younger in Andor, which is kind of interesting. It's cool to see her though, and I like how they kind of make a distinction. Like, yes, this woman has aged a bit in between Andor and the Ahsoka timeline. So I like how they don't make her look the exact same age. Hayden Christensen did pretty good as Anakin Skywalker slash Darth Vader. Like, I still don't know if he was a ghost or a dream or a hallucination or whatever. Um, but he's cool, I guess. The de aging didn't look that bad, which is probably because like most of his scenes were kind of dimly lit, which is why I like the de aging in Twin Peaks, the return. That was kind of more dimly lit, so you didn't really see how bad it looked. Um, Something about Ahsoka though, I feel like it looks very dull visually. Probably because the entire thing's shot in front of a green screen. It doesn't seem like innovative or anything. It very kind of gray and I don't know. Nothing really popped out at me, including the fight scenes. The fight scenes seemed kind of like routine, and nothing really happened in any of the fight scenes except for the Morgan one. Because nobody died. No, there was no like intense moments. 9 times out of 10, you knew nothing was really gonna happen after this fight scene. Um, but ooh, look, pretty colors, I guess. But it wasn't even visually striking. So I feel like it seems like I'm nitpicking the show a lot, but I did enjoy it to some extent. Like it didn't make me upset, so that's good. But nothing could really upset me if nothing happens. There was no resolution. Um, I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought of Zoka down below. Like I said, I'm still giving it a B minus. The acting was good. Some scenes were good. And the characters were okay, even if they did lack any arc or development. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Please subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.